Ricardo KISHNA has a lower leg injury. It's just a pulled calf muscle. It's fine. Yeah. Anytime that little box pops up and it's immediate red injury in the middle of a game, you're like, oh no. Just a pulled calf. He's fine. His value's up at $7.5 million. People keep coming and saying, hi, you want to sell? I'm like, no. And he's like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, okay. Hey, look at that transfer budget. It's down a little bit. We actually spent some money, folks. Let's go see. I guess I should say welcome into the episode, my friends. It's episode 16. Thanks for watching. It means a lot. I am going to talk about, I think at the end of this episode, I'll talk about my plan for releasing episodes over the Christmas period. But we've spent 1.5 raising to 1.8 and 1.3 million on 2 players. Let's go see who they are. Jonathan Augustinson from U Gordon's IF. I'm sure we're all familiar with Jonathan. He's a left back because Leif Davis is on loan, and I've been looking for a left back. And we found one, and we're paying him 10.5. Yeah, he did a 7.2 in his first league game with us with an assist. Not bad. Pretty pacey. Good acceleration. All around pretty good player. I like the professional personality. Runs the ball down the left, dives into tackles, 13 tackling, 16 determination, 14 work rate. Just a hard-working left back. Now, I'm not saying he's Andy Robertson by any means, but in contrast, if you go look at the report, he's definitely, there's Leaf at the bottom. He's definitely an upgrade over Shaq and Leaf. Now, he's not like an upgrade where he's a 5-star, but he gives us that stability, and we can start working him into the squad, as we work through the rest of this half of the season and bring in, into the summer window. Dribbling is a little poor. Aside from that, he can also play ball-playing defender. And I think he's pretty good on cover, right? That 15 acceleration, if we have a higher line, he can drop back and chase down those balls, right? So, versatile player. If we need to play on the right, which we never would, hopefully, he might be able to, but he's left-footed only, so he's gonna stay on the left side of the pitch. Hatham Al-Luiz, a Syrian player, which I thought was really interesting. It was just one of those things where I was like, man, that just sounds very interesting. And he was playing in the Syrian league, right? And I guess Al-Karama got relegated, and he was bossing the second league or whatever. Obviously, this is not a clickable league or anything like that, but, a little bit of a punt. He's definitely our best right back. I wasn't planning on him being our starter necessarily. I was going to, even though I gave him regular starter minutes, management, but kind of working him into it. But what I really like about him is that 14 tackling. And again, good pace and acceleration for our level. The crossing and dribbling, the technical skills, not as great, but he's 21. So I feel like he's an investment. He's 20 determination. And what I also loved is he's either footed. So if we have an injury crisis on the left, he could slide over to the left and play that spot. I'm not saying he knows it exceptionally well, but it's not like you'd be putting a right-footed only player on the left side, right? So I like his versatility. We left him out of the Europa Conference League squad because we moved some players on that were homegrown club, and he's really, I'm like, this is the one thing where I really want to be like, you just got here. Like, you literally just got here. That would have been a conversation I would have had. Like, hey, man, we're going to sign you. You interested? Cool. Yeah. Okay. Here's the deal. There's only so many spots. So to start, we're gonna use you more in the league. And the next season, it'll be different. But right now, we have to do this. And the squad was upset and came to talk to me. And I was like, I had to make a choice or whatever. And they were like, oh, if that's how if that's how you got to manage the squad, you got to manage the squad. And I'm like, why are we having to talk about this? So again, I probably overpaid a little bit. He was worth 9.25K with a decimal in between that. But we really were struggling to find a good right back. And I think I'm buying the potential and the either-footedness and the 20 determination. That's just me. In other news, we have sent Andy Sarpong and Miles Veldman on loan. Miles has gone to Grenoble. He's still unhappy, which I think this is a really annoying thing about Football Manager is yes, he stayed here, and then he felt like the promise was broken when no one would want to come buy him. But then I have sent him out on loan. Like, somebody came in and is actually paying nothing for him. It's great. It's great. And then we sold some players that are coming on the end of their contracts, and people are coming in for them, so they've moved on. From a results standpoint, my friends, look at this. Look at this. So we beat Groningen 3-1 in the Dutch Cup. You were here. And then we smashed Emmen. We beat AZ 2-1. We drew disappointingly with NAC Breda. And then at the very end, we dropped it. 90th minute, counterattack. We had a set piece, and they countered our set piece. They lustered us with a 2-1 against Ajax. But I've been very happy with our results with the 4-2-3-1. That's gone. I've slid the Shadow Striker back over because it was really like, especially Vecchia playing here because of KISHNA being out with a knee injury. It was like, with this player here, it's a lot of congestion in the attacking area. So now, Karadza, I guess, could drop here or here, and Novakovic can, not that Novakovic is playing there, could do that. But thanks to the comments, I'm going to try this today. Because it's always great when some of you are like, ooh, you're giving me an opportunity to give you tactical advice. I'm going to take it. And it was like really long and great. So I had some suggestions about 4-2-3-1 and faster passing and, stuff like that, since we can't dribble. And then I saw a comment today when YouTube was like, well, I'm just going to I haven't had my coffee yet. If you're unaware, YouTube broke yesterday, which is probably why yesterday's video hasn't performed very well, would be my guess, because I'm recording this right after that happened. Coffee. But saying, you've got really tall strikers and good heading. So again, going kind of back to that target man idea, but we've got good wingers. So using wing play, and I just want to try it because we're playing NEC today. And we play Feyenoord in the Dutch Cup. So it makes sense to have a slightly more structure. I know this is flexible. I guess I meant from like a lower line, like a less out there, like, hey, we're crazy and we're high pressing and playing the ball in the 4-2-3-1, a little more 8 players in midfield and below, right? Or not including the keeper. So because the Catenaccio 5-1-2-2 with an anchorman didn't work the one time we tried it. That was a bad idea. So good wingers, good midfielders, tall strikers. I'm going to try it. We're going to see how it works. And I feel like against a club like NEC, who are in 15th, maybe this is actually a good idea. Like, I'm not just winging it here. Wing play, wing. Enjoy that, because I did. But you would think, right? The lower league clubs are going to tend to, I think, drop their lines a little bit more on you. So we're essentially saying you got to come to us, right? Lower line of engagement. I know it's not a low defensive line, but a lower line of engagement. You got to come to us, and then we can win the ball back in counter. Versus just being in their face with a 4-2-3-1 with a shadow striker and all kinds of crazy things going on. The only downside to this right now is having to use Vecchia as a just straight up winger. Because he's right-footed, but I don't want the inverted winger because I don't want him cutting into the box. I want him staying out here and pinging those balls in. And I think from the stock setup here, the only thing I've switched is the ball winning midfielder was on this side and the box to box was on the other side. So I've switched them because he's right-footed and he's left-footed, and that makes more sense to me, especially with this side being more attacking. It's like, hey, let's help cover that space there. Augustinson is going to slide over here to playing the central midfielder on defend. Central defender on defend. Again, I'm hoping we can kind of rotate in some of these players. First appearance for Hatham. Sorry if I've butchered that. Davis gets a game because Augustin's going to take his job essentially. Ze Alvo, working on it. Has been out with an injury and is not back to match sharpness just yet. Milan is going, so I'm not entirely convinced, but it looks all right. We are second in the form table, and we're changing shape. Gets in. And our right back is, I just want to point out, has never played a match for us. Complacent. That's inspiring, you should say. Yeah? Yeah, it's fantastic. Oh, dear. Oh, 28% possession. We're off to a fantastic start. A .01 XG. Well, I mean, did we kick it from midfield with the keeper off his line? Oh, Panya, mate, you got the forehead pointed this way. It's a problem with my teams over the years. If you watch Reggio Adace, you're familiar with me making that maneuver. I'm going to demand more. Yes, we should be doing better. So like I said, this is a terrible idea that we changed. Oh dear, that one highlight and a half. Oh my goodness. Have we really been the better team assistant? I'm gonna say I'm not happy, boys. Let's go. They're like, we don't know this. Like, I did notice the tactical familiarity was quite poor on this. Don't worry, our ball-winning midfielder's on a yellow. Not concerned whatsoever. That's a pretty full stand. Big match for us. I like Carranza. I think he's pretty good. That's pretty good assist. Again, oh man, if there's a skin, does anybody know if there's a skin out there that all I want changed is the assist numbers. Like, assist from Leif Davis, his 3rd of the season. That's important. It's an important part of that play right there. That doesn't happen without Leif Davis, right? Am I crazy? Oh, I was going to take off Shaq here because he's on a 6.5 and on a yellow, and we're going to need him against Feyenoord. But instead, oh, is it Duits from Loki Doki's save? Oh, Vince Duits? if you, unbeknownst to me, Loki Doki in the FM21 beta did a save with Ve Vinlo. And I didn't know that. I'd already planned my save well in advance as to I was going to be in the Eredivisie, so it's kind of like he's also got Leif Davis. So I'm really enjoying that save. He says Vince Duits, and it's apparently from some other YouTuber that he watches or used to watch. So I just think it's kind of hilarious. Right. Let's slide you over and bring Bedoya. Yes, Bedoya. Yeah, we still have him. He can come on as the box-to-box midfielder. Sure, it's fine. Bring on the captain. August. Okay, from the right side with the the left center back / left back. I guess I haven't set up my set piece takers all with this formation. And what is the keeper thought he was going to go far post there apparently. So clearly, I got to find who it was now. While you enjoy this highlight, I'm going to tell you who left this tactical framework in the comments for me. My name's just Rob. How you doing? My name's just Rob. If you're new around here, patreon.com/grayhairgaming or YouTube memberships, which are over there somewhere. I don't understand how these things work. I think Quacka is a great name. It just makes me think of Fozzie the Bear. Like, Quacko, Quacko, Quacka. I know it's Waka, 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 but do you see the it's similar, okay? It's similar. All right, Vecchia is looking exhausted. He's not looking. He is exhausted. And he's playing left wing. Let's bring on... Okay, I can never remember if Evan's right-footed. Yes, he just likes to play the inverted. So, sorry, mate. And so is Amar. So, Jonas. Yeah, you know how to be a winger with your 10 crossing. It's fine. It's good. We are going to show the Feyenoord game. We're just trying stuff out, folks. Trying stuff out. Oh, cheeky little pass there. Wait for it. Okay. Is this the new system? Is this... Oh, but the 4-2-3-1 weirdness, I kind of enjoyed. But, oh, why did you run away? You could have gotten there. Ay. Nicolosi. Davis out on the wing. Pings it in. Carranza. Oh, it's off the top. Now Panya's exhausted. I'm just trying to... Oh, somebody's gonna have to be tired, boys, because I'm gonna try and rest them up for the game. Oh, I was gonna show you. Kane Seedorf's potential has dropped significantly. Now it's probably more related to the players we brought in, right, recently. But obviously, lots of orange arrows from a card ability standpoint, also less than ideal. And he's on a 6.57 in league play. So yeah, Amar, remember how we might have tried to get rid of you and we were going to loan you out, and now you're an important member of the squad rotation? Yeah, I remember. Whoop, I was going to praise, but let's see. Novakovic swings it over. Oh, he's offside. That was too good to be offside. Oh, the when you're running away from goal and you flick it back. Oh, that was good. That was good. Are we gonna see the highlight? This is what I love about the new match engine. I mean, yeah, he's clearly offside. He's like, oh, I'll come back and get that. Ugh. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, boys. All right. Well, click and drag to get rid of that. Nope, let's ignore that. I don't really trust my assistant, not gonna lie. Not every time we play a match, they're like, oh, passing to space is so good, and then Novakovic does that. You know, every game, we need to play defensive. We need to play very defensive. And it's like, mate, it makes me doubt all of your other recommendations, not gonna lie. Was he onside there? Apparently. Novakovic. He's like, oh, I started a game. Oh, I started a game. It falls. Bedoya hits it down. Gets it back. Oh, it's in the mixer. Oh, it's a counterattack, boys. Clean sheet bonuses. That's what I'm screaming as they ran by. Clean sheet bonuses. Amar brings it down in the sandwich. Okay. Pings it out to Novakovic. Lays it off. What do we got? Oh, left peg because he's either footed. Oh, he's offside again. All right, my name's just Rob. Good job. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't just my name's just Rob, right? So there's lots of people that I'm not gonna be able to get to here, but EPMD, talking about using the wing, although he did say use 3 at the back. Chris Caporali said, my advice, stick to one tactic and go for it. Like, stop changing. Fair. That's actually really fair because we've swapped around a bunch. Andrew Wood mentioned wing play. Sean Gilogly. Oh dear, what are we doing here with the keeper? Ooh, it helps if you pay attention to what's going on the screen, GHG. With a lot of really good instructions, essentially saying, you know, when you've got your advanced playmaker going so far forward, you are obviously very prone to being counterattacked upon because you have Shaq standing there going, hey, that was pretty good. We will take that, people. We will take that. Awaiting the media reaction. As if they hadn't reacted throughout the entire game. We were great, so yeah, happy. I love that response. Oh, we were good. Hey, we're back to almost a top half finish, which is what the board want. We do have the plus. I mean, you would argue with the goal difference. Oh, he gets a whopping 8.75K if he gets 10 league goals, my friend, because I am a master of contractual negotiations. All right, my friends, before we take on Feyenoord today, I got 3 comments I want to give a shout out to. And this is really helpful for me as a human being and as a content creator, so I really appreciate the education. If you're interested in joining a community, I highly recommend you go to the Discord. The link is in the description. We got a great little chat going on people talking about their own Football Manager saves, talk about Liverpool games when they're live, because I'm a Liverpool fan. You can talk about your own games if you want. That's just not my thing. Formula 1 races, which obviously we're not going to do anything until March now because the season's over, but it's been really great. But from a comment standpoint, Referum, sorry if I butchered that. I feel like I butchered that every time you comment. Giving me some pronunciation. Of course, I saw this after I recorded the first part of this episode, but apparently what I called NEC is more of an NA-say because it stands for 3 different words. So sorry about that. If anybody out there is an NA-say fan and I've offended you, my bad. Mitchell Block as well said it's hilarious you're getting Feyenoord in the cup. There was this thing going on since 2015 to 2018 in the rounds of 32. We would get Feyenoord ADO Den Haag every single time in the cup, and it has always been an away game for ADO Den Haag. So it's kind of known that Feyenoord is getting ridiculous cup luck by always getting on the home side and getting, quote, easier teams from the previous years. Thought you might find that bit of trivia interesting. Love the content, by the way. Keep it up. Thank you. And yes, I did find that interesting and included a link, which was great. And then Gordon Bell telling me that €1 equals 100 cents. And so I said, is that the equivalent of saying this Starbucks is $4.49? And he said, and that Starbucks is €2.19. He's like, yes. So, I didn't know that. Although Johan then replied that he prefers milli-euros, which, that's how I'm going to look at it. So my friends, here we go. And it's hair and vein, I think, right? Hair and vein. I'm working on it. It's one of those things as a creator, you get going and your mouth gets going, and then you think, oh dear, is that how it's actually said? So it may take me about 4 seasons to actually maybe get some of these things correct. Sorry about that. We're going to line up the same way. 1, to throw a little bit of a tactical difference at them, and 2, because KISHNA's still out, right? So if we go to the 4-2-3-1 craziness, right? Panya can play here, Vecchia could play here, and then I'm playing Jonas here, who can't really cross the ball, or Evan, who's an inverted winger. Or Panya, but he's right-footed. So I kind of like this as an idea, just to throw something tactically different at them. And we did play well last game, right? What was the overall XG last game? Like it matters against, Feyenoord, but 1.33 is okay. I don't know. I'm so torn, but we're gonna what is it? Stick or twist? I have no idea what that means. I've seen content creators use it, and I've seen it in videos online, but not really sure what the deal is with that. I think it means stick with it or change. I'm just not sure why it's called a twist. Let's go show them what we're made of. The only other change is we've brought Lewis Nielsen in as he's got 17 passing and 13 vision, so I feel like I could trust him as a ball-playing defender, and pushed Jonathan out on the left wing because he's better than Leif Davis. So I'm trying to put the best players we have currently available at the team on the pitch. I think if you look at the subs bench here, other than Novakovic, the only reason I've dropped Novakovic, he's got a bruised jaw, which I'm sure in the grand scheme of things maybe wouldn't influence his performance too much, but it just makes you nervous. So Jonas is just as good as a deep flag forward. He can come in and do a job. You come in and want a good form while your opponents do not. I mean, they lost to Ajax and they drew with some teams. All of these teams are okay. Herenveen is in 13th, but AZ's up there. It's not like they're on like a 15-game losing streak or something, people. We're gonna do our jobs. Oh, KISHNA was upset about Milan going. It feels like he was stolen from us. No, he wanted to go. We let him go. That's the other thing I couldn't tell KISHNA. Mate, he said he didn't want to be here. Why are you upset with a player, with me selling a player on that didn't want to be here? It's like, he didn't want to be here, so we moved him on. So, it's a mistake! Early days! Seconds in! Oh, Carranza with the left peg. Can't get enough power on it. Oh, a chance goes missing. That's like a 0.3 or 4 XG, right? Like, surely. It's not like a penalty, but it was darn close. A 0.19? He was in on goal. I don't know about that. I think the XG gods have given Carranza a bit of a break there. Would have been what if we had scored in the 15th second? Can you imagine? Can you imagine the scenes, people? Oh dear. Gaps in the defense. Oh, I thought that was gonna slot into the side netting there. Come on, boys. They're like, wait a minute, they're playing a 4-4-2. What is this business? Throwing. This is their 17th different formation from the commentators. Because that's what a commentator does, obviously. Come on, I know these things. Jonathan? Okay, lots of players all hanging out together, leaving a massive gap. Run onto that, Nielsen. Thank you, sir. Aluez. I'm sure someone will tell me how I'm saying that wrong, and that's totally fine. I'm not confident in my pronunciations. I need to call old lady plays, but hey, can you tell me how to say all my team? Please. which she has done for me. And I think she does, she's willing to do that for content creators. If you're a content creator and you're like, I'm not sure how to pronounce all of these words in this new language. She's a linguist, and I think she'll do it for payment these days. I mean, we're going to try to encourage their bigger team, but like that was a disgusting shot. We'll even watch it back. I don't like watching the other team score, but like that is from distance, people. Was that outside of the boot? No, he just put his foot through it. I mean, I can't really... I don't think I could really fault our goalkeeper there. They've loved the encouragement, though. That was their... Oh, he's a midfielder, too. I mean, that's why he was that far back. Never a penalty. Never a penalty. He clears the ball. Carranza gets past his man. It's not a trombone. Oh, mate! Oh! Arvaler was there. Why did he go to the right winger? What was that all about? What was that business? Oh, dear. We've had the higher expected goals, my friend. They're exhausted already. That's interesting. I think I'm going to say we've been better. Just keep doing, we'll be fine. Because according to the stats, that is the case. I'm just going to say, I'm not happy, mate. Let's motivate him. Yes, because he's on a 6.4. I'm also, can I talk to... See, this is the other thing. What if I want to give different individuals different things? Why do I have to click off and then back on? Just little annoyances. I'm going to say, I'm not happy, mate. All right, for the rest of you, click off, back on. And I miss being able to click and drag. I know, like, Sports Interactive is not watching my content right now, would be my guess, but that would be my feedback. Is like, there's just little things where you're like, really? We're not going to... We created a half chance, and they didn't, which I guess gives us our slight edge on... my point is, I feel like we've played well. And it's just a shot from distance that was, like, unbelievable. Although, midfield not... I mean, it's, you know... midfield's not looking too sharp, to be complete... And neither is our right back. He was on a 6.2. He's up to a 6.3. He's improved, though, clearly. Come on, boys. Let's get a goal here. Let's make it interesting. Plays it over. I mean, I wasn't expecting that highlight to be a goal, to be completely honest with you. I don't know about you. It was like, it's too early. Like, what's going to happen? Is it going to go back to midfield and recycle possession? But Carranza's got his 18th goal of the season. Zoinks. Okay. I mean, he just comes back and beats his man to the ball. Slow reaction from the defender there. We've at least made it interesting. Okay. Win that. Panya. Nice. Second ball. Here we go. Down the wing. The man is chasing him around. Goes behind him. Oh, Carranza. Doinks it off the top of the bar. Shaq again on a 6.3 with a yellow. I think we're going to take the right back off because he's not living up to his potential. And we've got Nielsen. And we can bring on... Ooh. I think we'll bring on Bayern. I thought about sliding Jonathan Augustinson. Jonathan. Good old Mr. J. And sliding him over, but I think we'll bring on Pete because Pete is motivated. He's loving life at the moment. He's right-footed as well, but we don't want you being a ball-playing defender. You're not good enough just yet. I'm going to change that. Okay, but Lewis is pretty good. Again, if we go look at his stats, this is why I think he's going to be really good in the future. Look at that. I mean, he's not a natural, but he's a darn good player, minus the attribute change. Or the attributes. Boy, they're knackered. Look at this. Look at all the frowny faces. I'm gonna try and encourage. It might be a little risky. Yes, they're loving that. Just enough to get... just enough to concede. Oh, Jonathan cuts back in there. That's the wisdom. The Swedish monster. Odewild. Oh, good tackle. Lewis Nielsen, he pings it to their keeper. Maybe he was going for like that empty space in between, but the keeper's way off his line and was ready for it. Can he make a tackle here? No, he gets done by Azarkan. Oh, no, it gets back. Pandya keeps it in. Okay. Oh, dear, what a interesting decision that was. Good stave. Yes. Yes. Danny DeVitt coming in. I think we got to take Shaq off next. That's unfortunate. Shaq is one of our better penalty takers. We'd like not to go to penalties. Sure. Do we try and take advantage of their exhaustion? They've subbed some players, apparently. DeVitt was the one that came on, but these guys are knackered. I think we do take Shaq off, unfortunately. The question is, who do we bring in? Who do we bring in? I don't think it'll come to this, but Bedoya is better than who's his face? Where'd he go? De Boer. 15 composure though. 9. Ooh. I think I might actually bring in De Boer then. Because he's a composed lad. Bedoya's motivated though. Not bringing the captain on. Sorry, we just used you for half of a season. We'd really like to not go to extra time, but we'd also really like to win the game. So that represents a problem. Oh, look at we're gonna do the same thing they're doing. Like, oh, we're tired, lads. And now you picked up a yellow on the back line. Let's do another encourage. Yes, they're loving that. Oh no. It feels like every time I hit encourage, there's a highlight for Feyenoord. Geertruida. Geertruida? Geertruida? If you're here at this point in the episode, thank you for watching. It really means a lot. This series has been a lot of fun. I am going to have the experiment stuff coming. Again, I'm going to talk about the Christmas schedule, because I am going to take some time off, because I do need to take some time off and actually relax my brain for a little bit. But what I'm going to try and do in the meantime is record some content to fill in the gaps a little bit. But Vecchia intercepts that long ball to Panya. Panya's exhausted. He can barely run. Can he finish? Oh, he had the keeper going the wrong way, but the defender slotted over. And now Nielsen's gone for it and missed. And DeVitt, the fresh leg attacking midfielder, Luis makes a tackle, and it's a yellow, not a red, never a red. I guess I'm gonna say I'm very pleased. Keep it going. We're gonna try and keep the positivity going here, people. Having a good game, but is exhausted. Playing okay on a yellow and is exhausted. Probably not what you want to see on your back line, right? Like, that seems unfortunate. But I mean, who do we bring in? I think we rolled the dice a little bit. We got Vecchia here. I don't really have great left wing options, although we could slide Jonas out there. I think we roll with what we got for right now, and then I think you probably get an extra sub in the extra time. We would take Lewis off for someone. It's not good when two of your defenders are tired, right? We're doing the lower line of engagement in a standard line, and we could take Jonas and Vecchia, bring on Novakovic, who's got a bump on his head. Let's see, did they do anything? They've got 3 fresh legs on. They have looked a little more dangerous. I think we're going to try the first half of extra time, and then we might go crazy and go back to the 4-2-3-1 with the shadow striker or something like that. I'm going to try a little encouragement here. Yes, loving. Look at all the exhaustion in our squad. Holy cow. Oh, dear. I love that it's extra. It's halftime. Not like I'd want to make a change, so I immediately have to come in here and do this. Fantastic. I don't think we're going to make it to penalties, but in case we do, we would want Novakovic and Vecchia and Jonas and Shaq, who's off, and Carranza. I think we need to help out our back line here. Having a great game. So, do we bring on Gianni? He's not really that good at supporting. Although I think you could make the argument that it's not like Seedorf is any better And he doesn't enjoy a big match. What about Johnny? I know this is taking a while, but this is kind of an important game, so hopefully you understand. Enjoys big matches. There's decision done. It's Johnny. He's going to struggle to get back, but at least he's got some fresh legs. Oh, man. I think that's the only change we make right now, and then we'll get Novakovic on at the very end for somebody from a penalty-taking standpoint. Look at Panya. Oh, dear. I know I just looked at it, but I can't remember. Where is Panya in the list? He's down here. He's like the worst. He's very poor. He's barely running. Okay. Doesn't really know winger on the right side, but he's gonna. Jonas. Novakovic. Now, that's risk. Like, here. You may disagree, viewer, but like, we've taken off our most exhausted player who's on a 6.9 playing okay. We switched over a very tired player, but not very poor, to his spot to leave Vecchia on because his penalty taking. Kept Jonas on because of his penalty taking, and brought on Novakovic for his penalty taking, and he's got a bruised jaw. I'm making that decision. Let's go. Let's go. One more time, boys, and encourage. Can we get one? The XG has favored them slightly. They've had that's a little aggressive. Oh, now we get to the... Oh, I hadn't even thought about the order. Do you put your best penalty taker first? Dearie me. Oh, Jonas has been solid this season and last season, so I'm going to put him first. We'll put Vecchia second. I don't want to be... This is always the challenge, right? It's like, oh, well, if you put the best penalty taker fourth, what if you don't make it to the fourth one? So I think we're going to put Novakovic. It's really just a crapshoot, isn't it? Novakovic. And then oh, no. Okay, we'll put De Boer third. He's got the composure, but his penalty taking isn't great. Then Novakovic for the 14 and 14. Displaying a little emotion doesn't exactly, you know. And Carranza's got good finishing, even though his composure's terrible. Oh, this is I'm gonna regret this decision. Carranza's fifth, Hans sixth. I think we'll take the slightly higher composure for Pete. And then Luis. And then hopefully we're done by that point. And then the keeper last. Good luck, my friends. There's a team talk before that. I feel like I'm gonna butcher this. Okay, good luck, lads. Go out there and pull it off an upset. Let's not talk about that. We've done well so far to get this far. Keep fighting to the end. Try to relax. Be decisive and know where you're putting the penalty. Don't live to regret this moment. Is too much pressure. Not gonna do that. Penalties are a bit of a lottery, so just go and see what happens. Not gonna do that. We should be winning this shootout. Lots of pressure. Not gonna do that. So I think be decisive. Know where you're putting your penalty. Hasn't really... I didn't see any changes there. Although I wasn't looking at these guys over here. Oh, displaying a little emotion. Oh no, why? I do like this, the change in the penalty screen. I saw it on, I think, a Loki Doki episode, and that was horrific. Oh my goodness. Mate. That done and dusted. Wow, thanks for watching, my friends. Let's talk about the Christmas schedule. Jonas has been really good at penalties, and that's what is... I feel like it doesn't matter where you put your players. I think Football Manager's already decided. Vecchia steps up, slots it home, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So we're not done yet, but... Oh, he just stood there and did a jumping jack. In off the inside of the post. And it was almost wide. But almost doesn't count. does it. De Boer slots it home nicely. This is the guy with the rocket boot from 30 yards out, so maybe 25. Did he save it or did it hit the post? Oh dear, Novakovic with the bruised jaw. Is that gonna mess him up? Oh my gosh, it was horrific. And he's our best. This is what I'm talking about. He's our best penalty taker. 2 of our best penalty takers have had atrocious penalties, and you're like, really? Oh, now to be fair, we haven't like worked on penalties in training or anything like that. Like that's not on the list of importance right now. And here comes Carranza, who's our worst. He's got 10 composure and 12 penalty taking, my friends. But he's a darn good striker. Surely he can step up and do a job. And then they'll sky the last one. Huh? That's a pretty good finish. But does it matter? Who's their taker? Yeah, I know him. Fair. Probably if the E is like an A, fair. Oh my goodness, it was right at him and he still missed it. I actually don't think this is a terrible thing, to be honest with you. I think we gave him a good game. You played well, you should be proud, blah, blah, blah. But that's one less competition we have to worry about. Yeah, I don't want to talk about... We just lost in a penalty shootout. Don't ask me questions about, that goal they scored to equalize. Was that pretty good? Why did you give me 2 of this? Oh my, 5-0. They smashed them, my friends. Disappointing. Ruiz decisive penalty shootout miss. He was getting to miss an important spot kick, but still take another one should he be asked to do so. It's not, Jonas missed the first one, people. All right, so from a next episode standpoint, I think we'll do... Depends on where we're at in the league. I may just do an extended highlights. I think that I'm making the decision. Extended highlights, Europa Conference League second round. When do we find that out? February 25th? You know what? Because I love you, I'm gonna hop forward. I'm gonna go play a bunch of games today. I'm gonna play 3 more games, including a back-to-back against Pek of Zvol, which is interesting from a scheduling standpoint. And we'll find out who that's going to be. And the next episode is going to be the Conference League, and then we'll talk about the Christmas schedule. I know I've said it like 9 times in this episode. Let's go do it, okay? All right, my friends, let's do the draw. I have signed a new contract. We'll talk about that, but the draw is what we're here for, right? So, could be Bayer, Leverkusen, Villarreal, Milan, Ghent, AC Milan. You got to be careful with that. Genk, PSV, Lokomotiv Moscow, Anderlecht, Wolfsburg, AEK, Everton with a 19.728 on the coefficient, I guess because maybe they haven't been in that many competitions recently. Fenerbahce, Spartak Moscow, Nice. So, yeah. France, Turkey, Greece, Russia, probably the preferred locations. Let's see who we get here. Usually it slows down. Okay, we're losing some of the bottom teams. Spartak, Moscow, Fenerbahce, and AEK would be nice. Yeah, Fenerbahce? No. Oh, we lost Wolfsburg. They were down there too. The high coefficient ones are coming. Anderlecht, okay. Okay, that was like the next best option. It could have been a lot worse, right? So we miss out on Leverkusen. Take on Anderlecht. Wow, 8th place. And then jumped back up to 3rd. Currently 4th. Not bad. So as I noted, I signed a new deal. They actually were pretty fair. I was on 5.75K a week. They've bumped me up like, what is that, 50% to 8.75K. And really, Ajax's manager is on like, I don't know, 29 grand. AZ, though, this is the actual manager, is on 8.5. Okay, and he was an assistant manager that got promoted. Feyenoord has a manager on 17 and a quarter, but, you know, he'd been a manager several other places before, so that makes sense. Zwolle, who are surprisingly up, this is actually, you know, you'd go like, oh, well, but, you know, like, whoa, former, I don't know what's going on with my light here, sorry about that. Former Otto Den Haag manager. You can't see that. That's what I got all excited about. But it's behind my head in 2010, 2011. And then Utrecht is 3.7K. So I'm like, okay, all right. And what's interesting here, right? Like, this guy was, shoot, you can't see it. He was the assistant manager and then the manager for like not even a whole season, and then went to Roda and then is back at Utrecht as the manager, which I think is really kind of fascinating. And then PSV, it's their caretaker manager. So we're making more than caretaker manager at PSV. That makes sense. Hey. Looking at the results as the last thing here today, and talking about Christmas. Okay. We went back to the 4-2-3-1 with the surprising shadow striker, the SSSSSS, and beat PSV. Yeah. 2-1. Yeah. And actually 3-0 on who scored the goals. It was kind of harsh. It was coming across the box in the 6-yard box, and he was trying to get back to help, and it like ran into his foot and went in. Should have done better, but we still won 2-1 against, yes, the team that's currently, well, they're now in 6th, but they fired their manager shortly thereafter. Maybe it was because they lost to us. Then we played so well in this game against PEC Zwolle. We scored 2 goals in the first 6 minutes. We dominated the whole match, but then like we started running out of gas. Like our whole team was exhausted because look at the games here. February 2nd against Ajax, 5th, 9th, 13th, 16th. So it's been 3 days since that game. And we started running out of gas. So I had to change to the 4-4-2 with the lower block or the lower line of engagement. And they came back and got, 1 goal in the 79th minute and the equalizer in the 88th minute. It was just, but like, I couldn't really fault the guys because they were just running on fumes at that point. So I did 2 whole days of rest, like nobody trained. And then we went away and went down early, and you're like, oh, fantastic. So that was really our chance last time to win. And instead, Lewis Nielsen on a corner flicks it on for the equalizer. I think those are fair results. They're doing quite well, right? So I was obviously very disappointed especially losing late when we'd played really well up to that point. This goal, I have to show you this goal. I mean, I kind of can't fault our goalkeeper, but at the same time, I mean, it's one of those things. Watch this ball. He comes out and then somehow jumps over the ball. So I think I'm fine with him coming out. Like, you're expecting the slide and like collecting it, or maybe he was trying not to give away a penalty, but like he somehow jumped over the dude's legs, or maybe it was an animation problem, or maybe the ball and the player went over him and he went under. But that's how the game started. It was great. All right, my friends, for next episode, we're going to do Anderlecht. I mean, these are big games. That's a relatively big club. It's a massive game for us to see if we can get to the next round. How much money are we talking about in the second round? We get 350 for appearing. If we can get there, that's another 500, 800, and then 1.5 to 2.8 million. That's nothing to sneeze at considering our bank balance. So we will we'll take it slow. What that'll also enable me to do, and this is something as a content creator, this is the Christmas segue, is I'm gonna try and get some additional episodes recorded over the coming few days, because I'm probably going to take about a week off around the Christmas time frame. I haven't seen my parents in like 6 months because of the world we live in, and so we are doing a pretty hard quarantine at my house where we're not going outside, we're not talking to, my kids aren't playing with their friends in the neighborhood. We're doing a hard quarantine for like 7 days to be able to see them. And as part of that, I'm going to be, not around to record and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to kind of give everybody a heads up, because as a content creator, you always worry, right? You're like, oh my gosh, what if my content isn't out every single day? What are people going to think? Are they going to think I disappeared, or are they going to come back and watch and whatever? And so I'm going to slow play it a little bit to where we're going to do an episode with Anderlecht and then another episode with Anderlecht. And then from there, since we're not involved in the cup or anything like that, and we're feeling pretty safe. We are 12 points clear from the relegation playoffs, and they just extended my contract, so it'd be pretty silly of them if I got like 11th, if we didn't get that top half finish, if they sacked me off. We'll probably come back for the last game here against Groningen, and do an end of season review, awards, all that kind of stuff. And I would hope between now and then I'd be able to get through the transfer window and have that kind of ready as well, but that usually takes a long time. So that's the one thing I'm worried about, is like, if I get to the end of the season, do I have enough time to get through the transfer window and still record to get an episode out for you? So what I'm also going to do is intermixed with the upcoming episodes, not necessarily this week, but kind of looking at next week most likely, I'm going to take some time to record. One, I've got a new experiment coming. And so I've been working on that behind the scenes. So I'm going to try and record those, because really with that experiment, I can set up the database. I can run the experiment. I can record an episode, run it again, run the next year, put on record an episode. So it's less of a playtime, right? So like in between episodes, right, there's a lot of time spent by me recording episodes, and then it takes me about 30 to 60 minutes to edit, usually. And so if I can get the experiment database done and get it recorded, I should be able to get one or two of those out as well. And I'm also going to record some stuff about my thoughts on VAR and the U.S. men's national team and those types of things, because again, that doesn't require me playing for 3 hours, in game to get to that. I can record it, I can edit it, I can have it ready and deploy it where I need it. So just to kind of give you a heads up on that, because again, I don't want people to think like, oh, he's just not going to create content anymore, right? And it's probably a ridiculous thing, but as a content creator, you do worry about that. It'd be like if you were a small business owner and you were the only person at the coffee shop and you closed for a week. People would be like, oh, they were going to open back up? It's like, no, we're still here. That's kind of the feeling. So that's what's coming, my friends. That'll be the next episode. I'm really enjoying the save, minus the not really having a tactical direction. So I appreciate all the comments on that. I appreciate you continuing to hit the like button and share this with your friends. We do have some people that have joined as YouTube members. I've seen that today. I will give them shout outs tomorrow. That brings our total of Patreon and YouTube memberships as of this very moment that I'm recording to 55. And the goal for the end of the year is 60. I appreciate it, my friends. That's amazing. I'm blown away. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.